Here's my audience. Audience number 1, audience member 2, and audience member 3. Alright, here we go. So, who here loves money? Most of us, right? But we never seem to have enough. And I'm not just talking about for the fun things we want. I'm talking about for the things we need. Things that are essential. And hey, we want the fun things too, right? But if you're like me and most of America, you work at a job that pays you just enough to barely get by. And the sad thing is, because of this, you end up living paycheck to paycheck, being just one missed check from unpaid bills. Or even homelessness. This was exactly the situation I found myself in. I was working warehouse jobs that broke down my body and paid me just enough to be over minimum wage. And this wasn't by choice. I just couldn't get a better job. But that all changed for me just like it can change for you. You and all of you have to do is take the first step. I'm here today to persuade you that going back to school is the best way to guarantee yourself a job you love, financially secure future, and it is something each and every one of you can do, no matter your age or situation. You see, the problem is, a lot of people are working jobs they hate, and still they barely make enough money to get by. And while people get and don't get jobs for various reasons, the biggest one is education. Nowadays, we live in a world where a high school diploma simply isn't enough to get a good job. You need a college education. So people need to know how big of a difference a college education can make on their lives, and they need to know about the help they can get while trying to get one. In a 2016 article, Education Attainment in the United States 2015, written by Camille L. Ryan and Kurt Bauman, they discuss the sad fact that the United States Census Bureau reported that as of 2016, only about 1/3 of adults have a college education. And with one 2014 U.S. News article titled Study Income Gap Between Young College and High School Grads Widens, reporting an average income gap of $17,500 between high school graduates and college graduates, that is just simply not high enough. That is too low. When you look at their salaries, this dollar right here represents a high school graduate's salary, annual salary. This 20 represents a person who graduates college's annual salary. That's a huge difference. And to make matters worse, according to the same news report, this gap is only increasing. So how long before you're still making this and they're making this? It's only going to get bigger. So while some people may say that even more kids are graduating college than ever before, I say it's still not enough. Not to mention the adults of this country who never obtained a college degree, most of whom think they've missed their chance, which simply isn't true. This is why more people need to be made aware of the programs that let them go back to school and earn a degree. If 2/3 of adults don't have a college degree, then that means 2/3 of you watching this probably didn't earn a college degree. This means 2/3 of you are missing out. You could be making more money working at a job you actually like. And all it takes is for you to go back to school. But because most of you don't know the help they can get when going back to school, most of you don't think it's an option for you. And some of you may not even know how much more money you can make if you get a degree. So you end up stuck working a job you hate, making an hourly wage you hate even more. Now, some people say this isn't a problem. They say that not all of you are meant to get a degree. In fact, they say that it is essential that some of you don't get a proper education because the world needs a labor force to work the lower class jobs. But I say they are wrong. While it is true that there will always be jobs that don't need a college education, it should be your choice to work that job or not. Nobody should feel forced to work a menial job simply because they think they can't do any better. You all are entitled to a college education, and you should take it. That is why I think the solution to this problem is simple. You need to find out what help is out there and take advantage of it. One of the biggest reasons people don't go back to school or don't go to college in the first place is they simply don't think it's an option for them. Whether it's due to the fact that they are parents, the fact that they feel too old to go to school, or the biggest one, the fact that they feel they can't afford it, most people feel like there are things stopping them from going to college. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is help out there. In fact, for the most part, just about anyone can go to college. But to find out all the help you can get, you need to take that first step, and that is going to your local college and asking questions. And for those of you who are willing or still not ready to take that step, why not check out your school's website? Take any school's website, for instance. If you go on Highline College's financial website in 2017, you will see that help can come in many forms, including grants, loans, scholarships, and much more. And the best part is, most of you are eligible for many of these programs. But don't take it from me. Highline's financial aid page tells students looking for ways to help to finance your education. You are not alone. Most students at Highline receive some sort of help paying for college. So these schools do want to help you take advantage of their programs, but to do this, you have to be ready to change your life and you have to go there and ask. I, for one, am proof of that these programs help. I was like many of you working dead-end jobs not paying nearly enough. So I thought there was no way I could afford to go to school. But thankfully, somebody finally told me to take a chance and go see what help is out there. That was 2 years ago, and here I sit today, not having spent a single dollar of my own money on college, about to graduate with honors. These programs are made for people like you and me. I am living proof that they work. Thanks to college, I am only months away from the career I've always wanted, making 3 times the money I was before. Now, some people say this is too good to be true. They say that the money you spend going to school isn't worth the difference you would make in salary, especially since a lot of the financial aid help you get is loans. Some people even say that college is only for young people. But I say they're wrong, and here's why. According to a Forbes article titled Why a College Degree, written by John Ebersol in 2012, while school costs may be rising, because a person with the college degree is more likely to not only make more, they are also more likely to have job security. A college graduate is more likely to make significantly more than someone without a degree. And based on the average difference in pay, you are likely to have paid off any money spent on school in 4 years. This means that while some of the money you pay to college will need to be paid back later, you end up making so much more because of your degree that the money you paid getting it ends up being insignificant. The difference in earnings is not only noticeable, it is sizable. And as for those who think college is only for the young, one man showed us that age means nothing when it comes to getting a college degree. In a 2014 U.S. Fed News Service article titled 91-Year-Old Shows It's Never Too Late to Go Back to College, we get to read the story of one man who, despite being 91 years old, graduated not only with an associate's degree, but also graduated with a 4.0 GPA. This proves that anyone can thrive in college, no matter how old they may be. But let's take a look at your lives if you don't get a degree. Picture yourself tomorrow if you don't make a change and go back to school. It's not that bad, right? Well, now I want you to picture yourself a year down the road, then 2 years, and then 10. Does that day look a lot like today, with not much change? Is that where you want to be in 10 years, right where you are right now? Well, now do the same thing. But this time, picture yourself starting college tomorrow. Then picture yourself 2 years down the road, graduating with a transfer degree and moving on to a 4-year college. Now, I want you to picture yourself 4 years down the road, graduating from school with a bright future ahead of you. Now finally, picture yourself 10 years down the road. You have the job you've always wanted, you are making more money than you could have ever imagined, and you love that you do. Now you tell me, which one was better? That is why a college degree is the best way to guarantee yourself a job you want, a financially secure future, and why each and every one of you can achieve this. Now, I want each and every one of you to find out what kind of degree you need to get the job of your dreams. Then I want you to go to your nearest college and find out what you need to do to become a student. And finally, I want you to tell as many people as you can about your experience. Because if you don't, and a lot of other people out there just like you, because if you don't, you and a lot of other people out there like you will never reach the heights they are capable of. You will end up stuck doing what you do now, working a job you hate and making as little as possible to do so. But if you decide to take my advice, you are opening the door to your future. A future that is not only happier, but a lot more financially secure. A future you can not only look forward to, but one that you can be proud of. And for any of you out there that still have doubts, let me leave you with one final thought. Many of you out there may still be scared, and I get it. Change can be scary. But how many people do you know that ever regretted trying to make their lives better? It is very easy to do nothing and come up with excuses as to why something won't work for you. But it is courageous to fight for what you want. And, truly, what is there to be scared of? Failing? Well, I can tell you one thing now. Failing may put you right back where you are now, but not trying will keep you in that spot anyways. So what is there to be afraid of? What is stopping you from trying for a better future? Alright, that's it. Here's my audience again. 1, 2, and 3. And thank you.